And back in Lagos, it's time now for stories that are trending now, and Olamide Odekunle is standing by. Good morning, Olamide.
Good morning, team. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
Very well, thank you.
I have some hot breakfast for you.
All right, go ahead.
I'll take it away. Good morning, Nigeria. I always say that TVC has our finger on the pulse and our eyes constantly and consistently on the streets. And if it's a trending story, we're going to bring it on here and have some decent dialogue about it. In our first story, following the widespread report by his daughter that music legend King Sunny Ade had allegedly been abducted, the Juju Maestro has now come forward yesterday evening to debunk these claims. He assured fans of his safety in a short video online and said that his children thought he was kidnapped because they didn't see him around when he went on a holiday. I love me some King Sunny Ade, so I'm happy that he's okay. In our next story, the hashtag #WhereIsEjiro is gaining traction online as family and friends are raising alarms over the sudden disappearance of a young woman, Ejiro, after she reportedly joined a religious group known as the Nebaioth Academy, led by one Joy Irokwe. Now, according to those that are close to Ejiro, she allegedly received prophetic messages from Irokwe via social media, urging her to sell her business, give up all her possessions, and dedicate her life fully to this Nebaioth Academy. Now, shortly after, she also abruptly severed all ties with her loved ones and has remained incommunicado for several months. Concerns obviously escalated when she resurfaced briefly, accompanied by two alleged members of this group, to confront her brother at his office, demanding that he stop raising alarm about her whereabouts. That's sketchy. Take a look at this short video.
Hello everyone, so my name is Ovi Daniels and I'm Ejiro's brother. I don't know if you've seen the video or you've seen any chance post or some other people have posted where there's this story about Ejiro that people are looking for because she joined a group. So a lot of things had happened and we had, as a family, we had tried before now to see how we can get her. Why are people looking for me? Why are people looking for me? Why are people going to spoil my name? Why are people telling came with this angry fight? I like it, Joe, calm down. We are bothered about you. We are concerned, and we've had some information about this group, and we're not comfortable and everything. And she started making it. She came with two other ladies, and they just bashed into the office. And Eji just asked myself and one of my other sisters were in the office together, and Eji just came. Why are people looking for me? Why are people looking for me? Why are people going to spoil my name? Why are people telling? Came with this angry fight. I like it, Joe, calm down. We are bothered about you. We are concerned, and we've had some information about this group.
Her friends and relatives are now claiming that she's been brainwashed, and they are really scared for her well-being and her autonomy. Now, the leader of the Nebaioth Academy, Joy Irokwe, has reportedly deactivated her online accounts amid all the pressure and the exposure. Imagine this, your family member just selling everything they own, their businesses, and going incommunicado. No reason, no justifiable explanation. Now, this is a key thing with cults. The first thing they do is actually isolate you from your community, and then they make you make inordinate and crazy sacrifices like selling all your belongings. And it's very important that these virtual religious organizations, they have the same, regulations as traditional churches. We don't really know what's going on in these online forums. So they're even more dangerous than actually traditional religious organizations. But let's take a look at social media. This story is very disturbing. Bukola commented, she said, "I'm also going through the same thing right now. My daughter left the house since last year. Her phone is off. Her Instagram page is deleted. It happened to my friend and they killed her first son." These are everyday Nigerians discussing this. Another user says, "I'm so sorry you and your family are going through this." Gracie says, "My kid bro is the one in that video as well, on plaited hair, and he's been missing for months as well. His name is Michael." This is a very, very crazy story, and people are saying it happened to me as well. So we have to have dialogue about this. But in our next story, kidnappings have unfortunately become disturbingly common across Nigeria, with new incidents surfacing almost daily. In a now viral video, two suspected kidnappers were allegedly caught in the act while attempting to abduct a young girl in Aba, Abia State. The video was reportedly taken by bystanders, and as you can see right now, the suspects were apprehended and they were confronted by a crowd. One man was even, dousing them in fuel. Mob justice. We've seen with the latest insecurity in the country that local vigilante and local policing is important, but it's also unfortunate that we don't have, police checkpoints, and it's not the police and the people that are assigned to security in that area dealing with it. It's the local residents that have to fend for themselves. let's take a look at social media. Imagine what would have happened to that young girl if they weren't apprehended. Olufemi says, later they will say it's Fulani herdsmen. We'll take another tweet. And Glam5 says, see how Igbo people caught their own, even here in Owerri on Monday. A girl was almost abducted. Guess who was driving the vehicle? A northerner. I don't know if he's Fulani or Hausa, but my own is, let us all start making everyone accountable, irrespective of their tribe. Crime is crime. This is all very interesting. We're seeing crime in public institutions, private institutions. We're seeing people being kidnapped by you can't say bandits, but people are going missing. And our job as the media, we have to do something about this, guys. I feel a personal responsibility.
Irrespective of their tribe, crime is crime. That's key. You know, I thank God that the girl in Aba was not kidnapped. You know, it was foiled before it happened. And that goes to point out the importance of being careful as individuals. We should be careful, we should be vigilant. We shouldn't just go to the streets and have one thing in mind and we are not conscious of the things that are happening around us. Citizens' arrest is legal and it helps the police a whole lot. The police can be everywhere at the same time. For Ejiro, whoa, that is... She's an adult. She's an adult. That's what you have to say at the end of the day. She can decide to join whatever group she wants to join. But in doing that, you have a family, you have loved ones. I wonder what group will alienate you completely from your family and your loved ones. That's a sad story. It's a developing story. We hope it ends well. I guess that's all I have to say for now.
All right, let me pick up from the Ejiro story. I usually say, even on this table, that you need to know God for yourself. And when people come to brainwash you and all of that, you can easily counter them. Any sect or religious society that decides that you cut off family members, cut off friends and loved ones, you know that something is wrong with that sect or that group of persons. And for those who perpetuate this act, know that you will stand before God and you will be judged. God's standard is sure, and those who name the name of the Lord must depart from these kinds of acts of iniquity. For King Sunny Ade, it's good that he came out to speak that he is fine and well, he's not kidnapped, it's good we heard him. But obviously there are problems within the family. There are those he wants to relate with and there are those perhaps he does not want to relate with. But whatever it is, I believe that the family unit has to come together and resolve their issues as it is. Then for the kidnapping story, it's unfortunate. Humans' inhumanity to man, obviously, is what we saw there. We keep talking about how this is not right. There are those who will tell you it's because of the monies they are making from it and all of it, and then you go and kidnap somebody's children or kidnap somebody's husband or wife. Where is your conscience? Something has to be done regards to this. We first need to deal with ourselves, not allowing ourselves to be used by persons who do not have a good mindset. Whatever it is, whether you're good, you're poor, you're sad, or whatever it is, do not be that vehicle that other people will perpetuate their evil acts.
Exactly. And for the story of Ejiro, it just shows that, you know, for a person, you're using the name of God to lie. You must be very evil because that is not God. God will not let you tell somebody to let their families go away and, you know, just cut communication with their family. It's really, really sad. I pray that the story ends well for her because we've seen it happen a lot of times and some of them don't even come out of it. Like they totally brainwash them that at the end of the day, they can never be the same again. I really hope that her case is different and she gets to come out victorious. And please, when you want to lie, you're even using the name of God to lie. That is very outrageous. I think it's time that we need to start arresting these people as well. I'm happy that King Sunny Ade has come out and said that he is fine. We said it yesterday on the table. You know, he should. I don't know why the daughter brought it to social media. They can always sort out their things, you know, amicably within their family. But I'm happy that he came out and is fine. And also the girl in Anambra, thank God she wasn't kidnapped because only God knows what will have happened to her. So I'm happy that she wasn't kidnapped.
Yes, for Ejiro, I feel that they should just keep praying for her because there's a whole lot of lessons to learn when it comes to you being brainwashed, you know, quote unquote, by whosoever. I totally agree with Veronica when you say you need to know God for yourself. Don't just listen to what people preach to you. The book is there. Take it. Get a copy of it. In fact, it's given out for free. Read, ask questions, dissect it, and you know that's why God gave us brains. For the kidnappers, Some have advocated that death sentence should be the in thing for them, should be the final thing, but not jungle justice. They must be taken through the relevant legal processes so that we do not have people, being killed as a result of suspicion. So they have to be taken to court and all of that. But we must deal decisively on these people who are making life difficult for us, for people who are moving from one place to the other without having peace. So it's a country that we want to be proud of at the end of the day. So we must.
Thank you so much, team, for your input. So we're going to go on a short commercial break, and when we're back, I have some more juicy trending stories for you back at home. Welcome back, Nigeria. You're still watching Trending Now here on the TVC Breakfast Show, and I've got some more stories for you guys. In my next story, cosmetic surgery is no longer a celebrity secret in Nigeria. It's the new normal. But a trending video of Nollywood actress Angela Okorie has social media doing double takes. Her striking new proportions have left a lot of fans stunned, with some calling her transformation a little excessive. Now, she's not alone. South African media personality Kanye Mbao is also making headlines for her ever-evolving appearance, especially her recently noticeably altered facial features. Recently, take a look at this. This was her back in 2008. This was her in 2019. This was her in 2024. And this is her now. She does look like almost a completely different woman. This is a very, very interesting thing. BBLs are everywhere. The young woman, I have to say, there is a lot of pressure. And while I'm all for female bodily autonomy, we have agency over our bodies, I have to ask the question, why is this cultural capital and why is this social currency that studies have actually shown that when women do get their bodies done, when they enhance themselves with plastic surgery, their chances and their prospects in society in terms of their relationships, their work also improve. So we're saying stay away from surgeries, but then we're rewarding them and saying that this is viable and tangible social capital, social currency. But let's take a look at some tweets. I'm going to take 2 tweets on this. Afrobeat Arena says, how the world has changed. In 2025, the new standard of beauty is artificial uku, alias BBL. Imagine what archaeologists will think 1,000 years from now when they discover our graves. The argument then will be that plastic used to be part of the female anatomy. Sophia Kwa. We'll take another tweet. This is the famous Dr. B. She's a known plastic surgeon in Lagos, an esthetician, and she tweeted, she criticized Angela for this. She said, the viral video of Angela Okorie is a wake-up call for Nigerian actresses. Less is more when it comes to cosmetic enhancements. And can we please reconsider the BBL trend? It's fine for influencers, but when it comes to acting, do we really want to see your curves more than your craft? Are you here for the sex appeal or for your acting skills? We're going to take one last tweet on this. Anyway, this was a very interesting tweet, and I love this so much. This person asked a very important and pertinent question. They said, does she recognize herself? We have to ask ourselves, after all these modifications and all these changes, when we look at the mirror, who are we at our very core? But it's clear that from Lagos to Johannesburg, the pressure to maintain the perfect look is reshaping more than just bodies. It's redefining beauty and the way in which we identify in society. In our final story, from Bobrisky to Cubana Chief Priest to Terry Akpala and now Emeka Okonkwo, popularly known as Emoney, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has been cracking down on high-profile figures over Naira abuse. Now, Emoney was reportedly in EFCC custody yesterday after being seen at a public event allegedly spraying Naira and US dollar bills, which is a violation of Nigeria's Foreign Exchange Monitoring and Miscellaneous Provisions Act. Now, he was released yesterday, but as these high-profile arrests continue, while institutional corruption goes unchecked, many Nigerians are rightly questioning whether EFCC's focus on entertainers and Naira abuse should be their main priority. A video of a Nigerian medical doctor in Canada accusing the EFCC is trending online, and some people are agreeing with him. I'm going to take just 20 seconds of this video.
Did not touch your Naira. Yes, there was one riffraff on the floor that sprayed money. Remember, look, you guys are not ready. Out of all the crime that is existing in Nigeria, the one that you find most grievous is Emoney.
just yesterday and 2 weeks and a fortnight before that, we did see that Chinese nationals were spraying Naira, stepping on Naira, mishandling the Naira, if you will, and there have so far seemed to be no repercussions on these people from the EFCC, save from an apology by one of the Chinese nationals. But I want to focus on this issue because of my young men watching, guys. This whole BBL issue, it's everywhere you turn. Why is this such important social capital to change our bodies?
For me, maybe I'm old school, but what God gave you is the best. Whatever you are adding, you are taking a long-term solution, a short-term solution for a very long-term thing. It is dangerous, but you guys like it, so go ahead.
Man, you guys like
Well,
it.
the Bible says you are wonderfully and fearfully made. But if she's not feeling that way, then go, girl. Continue with your BBL.
You know, cut
That's it.
everything off.
If her mental health is fine and accommodates that, why not?
But
Go
Veronica,
ahead.
I'll tell you something. The reason why people are talking, and Olamide, I don't know if you agree with me, it's horrible. It's not nice. The one she did is actually not
She
nice.
feels okay with it.
It's not nice.
I agree.
Let's be honest. It's not
She
nice.
feels okay with it.
It's not nice.
Well, for me,
Much.
if you have
too
a
much.
defect in your body, maybe anything, and you need to just fix it, that is fine. But if you're okay, and then you feel the need, the pressure, and all of that, one thing I would say is that if it is not broken, don't fix it.
Don't fix
Well,
it.
she feels
Or
it's
do it
broken.
right if you want to do
And
it.
that's
do
why
it
she's
But guys, I have
fixing
to say
it.
that the men seem to love it.
Let us
Not
go.
all men. I'll stand for men here.
don't
Not
like
all
it.
men.
I don't like
And Toma
it.
doesn't like
I
it.
don't
Ibrahim
like
doesn't
it.
like it. Not all
Our
men.
time is
Seem
up.
natural.
Whether
I
you
don't
like it or not, she has done it.
Whether you
Anyway,
like
this
it.
is where we have to draw the curtains on the program for today. Let's let you know that the views and reactions of all our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Up next is Your View with the ladies, and afterwards this morning with Yori Folari. To stay safe. Bye.